TWiGames.com. Welcome to this week's episode of TWiGames.com. We begin with news from Nintendo and Sony's protection plan, but first, Little Big Planet was revealed and will be shown in the upcoming issue of Game Informer. Brian, how about you play, create, and share some of the details?
Rich, I will share some of the details, all right? The first game was never intended to be a platformer, so this new one is going to be more about a platform for making games. You know, you're going to make a shooter, a puzzle game, a racer, even an RPG. That's how complex it's going to be. Obviously, they said it's going to support the Move, which is the most obvious thing ever. When people showed the Move, it was like Nintendo. It was like they invented it for LBP. Yeah. It's also going to be, you're able to customize the controls. You can even use a 6-axis. You're going to be able to program the 6-axis into it. That's cool. They're going to have a microchip for processing certain things. It's going to be insane, Rich. All your LBP1 content you downloaded, all those like hundreds of dollars you spent on Kratos, eye patch, Kratos background, they all transfer to LBP2. I think we now know why Sony bought them, because this looks monstrous. Monstrous.
Based on the details, I mean, it sounds incredible. It sounds amazing. It sounds all this stuff. But Brian, you used a word in your description there, complex. Yeah. How complex is this going to be? Because the first Little Big Planet was not easy to create a level. Yeah, it was not easy. And if this is adding so much stuff to it, and you can create not just a platformer, which is a 2D side scroller, but if you can create like first-person shooters and stuff, how difficult is it going to be to create a level?
That is the real question. I mean, we don't really know all the details because Game Informer is going to bust them out Monday. Yeah. I'm going to assume the Move is going to be very intuitive to how we do it. Yeah. But I'm going to assume that the way they're making it is it's going to be easy to make something simple, but it's going to be complex enough to make something hard. I kind of visualize something like the StarCraft editor. Yeah. But they said you can make an RPG, Rich. You know people are going to make like Final Fantasy 1 through 13. Right. And I'm actually going to like the ones past 7 because the characters won't look like crap.
Dude, forget that, Brian. Forget the Final Fantasy. I'm creating a new franchise. I'm serious about this.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to create a new RPG franchise. I already have an idea. I don't want to share the idea. It's actually amazing. Oh my God, the story is going to be mind-blowing.
You heard it here first.
Mind-blowing. Right. So, look, I'm going to spend a lot of time on the first game. You know, I'm going to hire voice actors. I've actually already started hiring voice actors. It's going to be a classic, right? People are going to love it. A couple years later...
It's already a classic.
It's going to be a classic, Brian. Mark my words. A couple years later, I'm going to create a sequel. It's going to actually surpass the first game. Minds will be blown. People will not stop talking about it. But then I'm going to be like, you know what? You guys are fiending for this. So I'm going to create episodic content. You know, have like much smaller, shorter games, just so I can get it out to people faster, because they'll be fiending for it. But then, you know, I can tell though it's going to take years in between of each episode, because I'm going to be an ass and I'm going to ruin it for everybody. Do you hear this, Valve? This is you. If you were listening to what I was just saying, like, oh, this sounds terrible, that's what you're doing to us, Valve.
How did this go from LVP to a Valve friend?
I'll tell you how. Because I've been thinking lately, Bri, I'm sick of all these games that are out there. I need the Half-Lifes. I need Metal Gears. I need unbelievable classic games. I'm sick of these stupid games that are coming out.
So LVP is a stupid game. I'll tell you the biggest megaton announcement of this. The biggest megaton. You can fix the jump so it's not horrible. You know, how many people stop playing the game because they're like, this is not fun?
I think it was just you, bro.
Like holding X for 1 second or 2 seconds. Oh, what incredible gameplay this is. I'm riveted. You can change that so it jumps like Mario. Megaton announcement.
That is a megaton, Bri. But again, until I have it in my hands and until it blows my mind, I'm no longer getting hyped for anything ever again.
Are you really going to make a game on this?
No.
No. Nintendo's profits are down from last year, only pulling in $2.45 billion. They also announced Wii Party, a new game. They said the 3DS 3D effect could be turned off. And Miyamoto said, you know, they're looking into online gaming. Rich, let's start with the money. Only $2.45 billion. We should start like a fund, you know, help Nintendo out, because I feel a little bad for them.
Before we talk profits, Bri, did they really announce Wii Party?
Yeah.
This game isn't out already? Seriously, no, Wii Party? I feel like that game came out years ago.
Well, they had Mario Party 8 and it was horrible.
What is Wii Party?
Well, Iwata even said though that this is going to be a marquee title, and they've already put a lot of time and effort into it.
What is it?
It's probably just going to be a party game where you use your Mii's. It's going to be Mario Party but with Mii's.
That sounds amazing. No, it really sounds amazing. And if it comes out this holiday, I mean, Nintendo may win the holidays.
Yeah. What do you think? If this comes this holiday, they will obliterate the holidays.
Right. I don't mean sales-wise. I don't mean sales-wise. I mean gamer-wise.
Enriches hearts.
Gamer-wise. So sales equal quality, Bri? Is that the deal?
No, I'm just saying, like, you're just throwing it out there. This is probably going to sell like 14 million copies.
Who cares, though? It's going to suck, Bri. Wii Party? What the hell is Wii Party?
This is all I remember from Mario Party.
Are we going to put party hats on and woo, like you use the friggin' Wiimote?
Look, Mario Party was fun, though, but that destroyed my hand. Like, I had, like, scabs the next day from doing this so much.
Well, you don't have to do that anymore. Now you go like this with the Wii.
But 2.45 billion is still a monster. This is the first time in 6 years they haven't gained in profit. What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, bruh, I mean, you're supposed to gain in profit. That's what business is.
Yeah.
So
but that's pretty.
2.5 billion, bruh, because I know how to freaking round. 2.5 billion is ridiculous profits, man. I mean, this is profit. That is insane. However, look at, man, if their profits are going down, their stock's going to go down. Their investors probably aren't happy about this, bruh.
Something threw me off, though, with this 3DS comment he made. You can just turn off 3D effects?
What does that mean?
Like what does that mean for
I know
developers?
what it means,
what does that mean for me? Like, why? He said there's going to be a toggle switch.
Yeah. That almost feels like cheating to me.
Oh, here
like,
it
no. Like, you don't have to use the 3D, which is good. But is 3D now just going to be like this gimmick that's in some games and not in others type of thing? I don't know, Bri.
Here's a number that surprised me, because there's some of us here who think the Wii doesn't sell that much software. They have 79 titles on the Wii that have sold over 1 million. 54 of them third-party titles.
Name 5 of those third-party titles.
I don't know. I don't know them.
You don't know them because they're like Dance Boogie Nights 3 or something.
This is like all these like Ubisoft and stuff like talking smack. Let me put this into perspective. The Wii has sold around 540 million games. In comparison to the PS3, it sold 140. What? And they're still refusing to make games on the Wii? Get out of here with that. But I don't want to hear that excuse anymore.
Of course there's an excuse.
Anymore.
Right. You can still use the excuse.
What?
Because developers want to make good games. Good games do not sell on the Wii.
I don't want to hear the excuse that like games don't sell on the Wii.
Good games don't sell on the Wii, other than Nintendo games.
All right.
Name some good games that sold on the Wii, other than Nintendo games.
Muramasa, Demon Blade.
It's sold? Did it, Brian? That's you must have misheard my question, because I said name good games that sold. I think you missed the last part of that question.
I see what you're saying.
Good games do not sell on the Wii.
I'm just sick of hearing games don't sell.
Good games don't sell.
Here's the other mind-blowing thing. The DS has outsold the original Game Boy. It has sold more than the population of Japan, 128 million. 128 million. Nintendo must love these these fiscal years. They're just like, 2.5 billion, more than Japan.
No, I mean the DS it's unreal. It's unreal. No one, Apple, Sony, no one will ever touch Nintendo's handheld market. Honestly.
And there's another side story. Iwata clearly said Apple is our next enemy.
Yeah.
He just straight up said it. He said enemy.
Enemy.
What is corporate culture? Just like mind blows me. Like they're trying to rally their troops.
Dude, this guy he probably views his company as like a JRPG, and like he's like the leader of the party, and he like Reggie's the tank, and like it's like who knows how these guys view business, but yeah, okay, Apple's their next enemy. Like okay, Nintendo. So what? You're gonna go after Apple? Because I got to be honest with you. I don't think if Apple really wanted to, they could probably destroy Nintendo.
And this leads to the other point when Miyamoto said it's unfair to say that we haven't concentrated on online. I think it's perfectly fair, Miyamoto. What is this friends code baloney? You don't want to compete with Apple. You know what you're competing with? Probably the best online distribution model. Why do you think they're successful? It's not because all this other stuff. Because iTunes doesn't suck.
Yeah.
If iTunes made me enter a 16-digit code to download one game and play with you, and then have my separate code for my console, what?
You know what made
I'm
me
not
sick?
playing crap.
You know what made me sick about this Nintendo news, Bri? Look, all right, unbelievable profits. DS, it's such a success. All this. You know what made me sick? Miyamoto actually contemplating charging for online.
No.
They don't even have online, and they have the nerve to say that they can charge for it. Online on the Wii, Bri, is atrocious. I mean, it's non-existent, and they're going to charge for that, Bri.
Friend code's baloney.
this makes me sick. And the worst thing is, Bri, is that the reason that their online stinks and the reason you need friend codes is because they don't want you playing with strangers, Bri. Strangers.
What? Is that really why?
That is really why. You have to have a friend code because they only want you playing with people that you know because they don't want you playing with strangers.
Hold up.